Montel Williams is the host of the Emmy-winning Montel Show that you can see right here on KVOS TV at noon, Monday through Friday. Montel also has this new book. It's Living Well, 21 Days to Transform Your Life, Supercharge Your Health, and Feel Spectacular. Montel Williams, thanks for being a guest on Northwest Notebook.
Thanks so much for having me, Ty. And I'm so excited about this book because I'm going to tell you, for your viewers, you get an opportunity to get a book that's, number one, steeped in scientific research. I've got 13 of the top doctors in the world who've written in this book, who not just paragraphs, but written full essays in the book because they validate the regimen that we have within it, which is really about taking control of what we put in our body, exercising, paying attention to our emotional state, and seeing if we can put ourselves on the track of a life that we want. And that's a life that's living better and living well.
There are so many books out there this time of year, Montel, about keeping New Year's resolutions, getting into shape. How is your book different?
Because one of the things that almost every one of those books will have in it, I'll guarantee you, is something called a diet. And this book doesn't have a diet in it. I don't believe in diets. We know diets don't work. There's over 1.5 million diets on the internet right now, and if any one of them worked, there'd only be one, because they don't work. The reason why? Because diets set you up in a way to fail, truly. They say, put a goal together in this period of time to this period of time and see if you can achieve it. If you don't, you're either a failure or you're a winner, and then once you get to the other side of that, you're done. You're not done. Changing your life is about changing your lifestyle, and it's a eating regimen change rather than diet. So that's what sets this book apart to begin with. Number two, again, I got 13 of the top doctors in the world who have all written in it, validating the information, and this book is steeped in research, scientific studies, not steeped in a lot of anecdotal information that's come from a lot of people who claim to have secrets. This is about employing in your diet what everybody has said for probably the last 50 years. Enriching your diet or your eating regimen with foods that are full of vegetables, fruits, going after really lean proteins and fish and nuts, bringing in good carbohydrates like grains, good solid whole grains, getting out of your eating regimen, processed foods, saturated fat, lowering the amount of salt that you put in your diet. If you just do that alone, those two things right there, increasing the amount of vegetables in your everyday eating habits, you increase that, you can change the way you feel in less than 21 days.
Can you really do it in 3 weeks? Can you really change your way of thinking?
No ifs, ands, or buts. Let me tell you, when I first started doing this, that's what I set about to do, because we know for a fact it takes 17 days to form a habit. So I'm going to give you an extra 4 days to form your habit. So we know that. So if you start off on day one, today, and increase the amount of green vegetables you put in and bring in a green drink, go to the local grocery store. They all have them now. You can go in and get a green drink. Yeah, of course you're going to claim it doesn't taste good. All right, so what? Take it for 15 days and the taste starts to change because you'll start to acquire a taste for it. At the end of those 21 days, just by putting that in every day, you will have probably lessened some of the other things that you put in, because I'm going to tell you, the regimen that I've outlined, the first week you want to add greens. The second week you want to start exercising a little bit. You want to start picking it up. The third week you want to start taking things out of your diet that are unnecessary. All the saturated fat, the processed foods. By the end of that 21-day period of time, you've had a greens drink for 21 days, you've had more vegetables for 21 days, and at the end of that 21-day period, you're going to feel better and you'll do it for the next 21 days.
When did you start to make fitness a priority in your life?
You know, I think a lot of people know. I was in the Marine Corps and the Navy for 22 years, so that's part of my life, always exercising. When I first got diagnosed with MS, I kicked it into another level because I realized that I needed to exercise just to mitigate some of the early on symptoms of my illness. That helped. But I really wasn't paying attention to my diet the way I should have been. I was still eating the processed food. I was still going to the grocery store and picking up that junk and picking up those things that claim to be low in fat and low in sodium that aren't. It's all a lie. So I started eating the natural things. I started shopping first in a grocery store on the outer rim of the grocery store where all the natural whole grains and all those things are normally stored. Once I started doing that, that's what got me on track. After 21 days, I started feeling better. I kicked the entire thing into another level, and now it's become part of my life. I can't go anywhere. I get up every single morning. I was already up this morning before I started these interviews. I was up this morning for 20 minutes on a treadmill. I already had my green drink. I've already started that process today because I know how well it works.
So this is really your way of combating MS, too.
It is. But if I can do this with MS at age 51, just think about everybody watching this right now who doesn't have an illness, aren't my age, and you could do the same thing right now.
Okay, off topic. Your show has been on the air for what, 16 years now?
It's my 17th year. I'll complete this season and end my 3,400th show. I've had over 35,000 guests seated in the chair beside me.
Now, why does Montel have such staying power when other talk shows come and go?
Oh, let's say when you say other, you mean the other 86 that came and went? The reason why is, I think, because of one thing that we said about doing day one. I respect the living room I'm invited into, and I've done that since the first day. And we bring you topics and issues that everybody can talk about and not feel uncomfortable with at the end of that hour. You don't have to worry about, after you watch my show, running into the bathroom and taking a shower. So the truth is, I think the public discerned that we were doing something a little different, and that's the reason why they stuck with me so long.
Montel Williams, best of luck with Living Well. 21 days to transform your life, supercharge your health, and feel spectacular.
Thank you so much, sir.